Salutations, one and all. We're back with the Roadwarden, eager to find out what's happening in this story. However, I've noticed a mistake. We made a mistake last time. We thought we could sleep here. We cannot sleep here, and we're not allowed to travel anywhere. I should have stayed in old what was her name? Foggy's. Damn it! All we can do is seek shelter. This is gonna kill us. So what are we gonna do? I know there's a healing potion in here. I just don't know if it's going to hit us with poison mist or something like that. We might as well do it now. We might as well just do this now. We're going to get hurt anyway. Open it. The box turns out to be filled with rags, covering a fragile earthen bottle. It's small and sealed with a tall wax seal, inside of which you see a thin stack. It should be easy to instantly open it. Take a look at the bottle. A bottle from the dolmen. You can't look inside, and if you open it, you may not be able to seal it again. Nevertheless, you recognize a magical potion when you see one. It has a tall wax seal inside which there's a thin stick, enabling swift opening. It could be anything. We don't want to drink it. They told us it's a healing potion for the guy at Howler's Dell, the alchemist guy, I think. But we already lost the quest. So you know what? That's ours now. It looks like we're going to have to use it. Because we got... Seek shelter, damn it! Oh, this hurts. That's a big error. You can't sleep here. You can find the closest shelter at Foggy's Lake. Thankfully, this part of the peninsula is safer than... Oh, maybe that's because we made the eastern road safe. Travel. Let's go! Oh, maybe we didn't make a mistake. Maybe we just maximized our efficiency. Alright, the grass in the animal pen has managed to grow back a bit, which your mount welcomes with droopy, relaxed ears. I enter the tavern. I wanted to speak about some stuff. I have some things to part with. Nobody wants anything. I need to buy something. I can't remember what you buy. We have 0 meals left. I think we're going to pay 1 to get those fresh meals. Foggy is a great cook. Alright, let's sleep. I think this is the way to go. We're going to rent it for 1. You're in the labyrinth of alleys and steep house, which shifts after every step. You wander by the blooming gardens, burning houses, laughing newlyweds, cut off limbs, fresh hair pies. Wait. You're in the labyrinth of alleys and steep house. You wander through the blooming gardens, laughing newlyweds, cut off limbs. You can't just slip that in there. Fresh hair pies, chewed bones, carts loaded with barrels and falling trees. You're sitting at a table in front of the Ape Ale Inn, surrounded by laughing skeletons. Thias, naked and covered in blood and ashes, holds your hand, forcing you to stuff your mouth with raw meat from a bottomless bowl. Every bite tasting like the metal of an old key. Burns your mouth, but you can't scream. The unyielding grasp brings pain and delight in equal measure, and you wouldn't dare to try to escape it. The smoke coming from your roasting flesh starts to fill your eyes, but they have no tears to spare. What the hell's going on? What did we eat? You wake up and reach for a water skin so you can rinse the ash from your hand. It takes you a few heartbeats before you realize where you are. Those monsters, if there was justice in this world, they would face the gravest punishment. The villagers wouldn't have agreed to it if they knew what was to come. Thias lied to them, and she's the one who bears the responsibility. I've only seen one side of the story. I'm sure the people of Howlers felt they were justified, and things just got out of control. I don't know. I don't know if you can ever justify, like, the complete destruction and murderizing of an entire village. Even if they're unless they were about to like summon the hordes of the Underdark or something like that to doom the world. But I do want to kind of see what's happening there. But you know, it's just a stupid dream. It's just a stupid dream. I go back to sleep. Listen to the grunts of the annoyed Gordon make you feel uneasy, but at least the furs covering the floor are helping you relax. You don't even notice when it's already morning, and while the smell coming from the lower floor is not inviting, at least it's not you who has to take care of it. Foggy smiles at you. Give us that beef, girl. I'd like to eat. Wonderful. We got 3 left. Okay. We don't need to rest. Like, we are looking peachy. We are looking fine and dandy. It's time for me to go. I have nothing to say to the foragers when I travel. All right, so like we could quickly go up here and talk to them about some of the stuff we've learned, but I think we're going to have more stuff to talk about later when we return. So let's instead, I think we're going to make our way down to the secluded residence, get one of those stones, make our way down to the Pelt of the North, inform him about the deal and stuff with Glonkia, so he might tell us more of the story. Pick up the fish along the way, and then see if we can sacrifice a mana stone to the Beholder and see what that does. I think that's the play for today's episode. Possibly go in here. I don't know if we want to confront Howler's Dell until we learn more about it. But let's see what we can do. So let's start by going to the Wanderer. Give us the fish. 3 fish! Let's go. This place is the promised land. Set the fish trap again. Wash myself. Wash my shell. We have become professionals. After much heartbreak, we're gonna go down here. We can just pass by this absolutely willy-nilly. Oh, we gotta wait for her. She is such an ass. She pisses me off. I wait. Oh my god. I brought you flowers. Eyes wide, she was close and never got your dragons here. How about 8? They aren't good for you, you know. You've got no reason to worry. We had a deal. Her bottom lip is shaking. The hunger in her gray eyes makes you lean away. Yeah, she's an addict. Oh, we can choose not to. I don't want to hurt you for coin. Damn it. She's got to go cold turkey. But we do like money. But what if she like... Okay, here's... This can go 2 ways. We don't help her. She doesn't like us. She seeks the golems on the world in her crazed deprivation of her drug addiction. Or we give her the drugs. She gets high on a drug addiction, and then she sends her golems to destroy the world on her crazed high drug addiction. I think we're screwed. I'm not going to hurt you for coin. She looks away. A strand of hair hides her angry gray eyes. Let's trade. A spirit rock. It's mine. You made us wait outside all frickin' day. We can make it. Oh, we can make it. Thank the gods. Okay, let's go to the Pelt of the North. Hello, my friends. Yeah, this is probably as far as we can go. The armor is nowhere in sight. I approach the guards. Hello. I spoke with this strong lumberjack. Your short tails met with her wide smile, but I do remember Shoshi. She made quite the impression last time she was here. So she's boarding creeks, you're saying. I guess I could speak with her. As the rumor spread through the rest of the guards, you notice the smiling innkeep standing in the door. He spares you a polite nod, then goes back inside. Hell yeah. Axe throwing. I'm ready when you are. We win every time. We are the greatest axe throwers in the world. I walk away. We're just rolling in the money now. Enter the inn. I approach Piros. Goodbye. I join Tulia. I've been to your camp. It's as good as gone. You explain that the broken entrance is in worse shape than she remembers, and that the scavengers are going to have a feast for a few days, if not more. She rubs the top of her head with her entire palm, glancing at 2 hunters who just entered the room. No longer my problem, she says to herself, but then meets your eyes and lets out a sorrowful chuckle. Quite a monster we knocked down, wasn't it? It was. So when we went back to the camp on a previous episode, there's a giant troll just laid to waste. Very impressive. About your squad's mission. I can't really tell you. Let's just say it would be nice to have a reliable outpost somewhere nearby. A place where you can always find a group of fighters willing to protect you in the name of the law. She tilts her head back. Now, if you have any other questions... Alright. Let's talk to the innkeeper. Alright, we got messages for you. And we got fish to sell. Let's start with Foggy. Show me your wares. We already got a shield. Oh, jeez, I just smashed into my microphone. We don't need quarrels. We don't need a shield, and we don't need your food. Actually, hold on a second. How much food do we have? We only have 3 rations left. We got a lot of fish, though. Ah, we're fine. Foggy has a message for you. The innkeeper listens to Foggy's words patiently, then crosses his arms and leans back, lost in his thoughts. Seems like she won't be played so easily. After you mention the answer, he tells you to relax. You'll have it soon. See, I've lost her first share. Astarion was meant to deliver it to her. It never happened. I don't want to waste more. But she doesn't need to know it. He raises a bowl that sits nearby and reveals a few dragon bones. He counts off 5 of them. Tell her this. Astarion lost your coin. I'm now in debt. Let's be partners for now. I'll send you more once I have it, but I don't promise anything. He pushes the coins towards you, observing them like a hawk. They are yours. Just help me keep the charade going now and later. It's important to me. Why even bother? He makes a nervous hiss as he breathes through his teeth. I plan to sell furs to her in the late autumn, and I hope she'll keep sending people here whenever they stop at her place. I want to stay on her good side, you see. She doesn't get hurt in any way, blah. I'll spread a good word about her if it comes to it, until I head back home. And if the winds change and the city folks start trading here once the road gets safer, I may return our deal. I don't think there's any harm in lying for this. Like, yeah, if Astarion kind of screwed up there, he lost the coin. We could cover for him. But having trade between these two people is a good future business agreement for the whole region, I'm assuming. You know? I don't want to lie to Foggy. I really like Foggy. Let's try and lie. He smiles. Good. I hope that means I can choose later. Because this guy, I don't know what he's going to say about this Glaucius band. He seems kind of shifty, to be honest. I have some fish to sell. 2 fish for $1. We'll take it. Glaucius band. He freezes, observing your hand silently. I'm bringing good news. I guess Glaucia has only 1 target right now, and it's the Necromancer of the White Marshes. You got nothing to worry about. $10! He frowns in disbelief, asking you a few questions about what you've seen in her hideout. Before you finish with the last answer, he empties an already prepared pouch. His gestures are impatient, but the amount of dragon bones matches promise. You did what I asked for, so these are yours now. We'll try to hunt in the north before fall. See if you were correct. Something worries you? He observed the floor for a bit, but finally waves your question off. Their camp sounds like a well-protected place, and hidden in a dangerous spot. He raises his eyes, though only for a moment. If you're wrong, we won't get to them easily, but that's just a thought of mine. It sounds like he's kind of planning to... Like, this guy has big plans. He's got big plans. We've talked to him before, and he's been saying, like, he doesn't want to tell us anything, but at the same time, he wants us to go around to check on people, to keep agreements and deals in place, and he was upset that others weren't going to be rising up to defend themselves. Like, it sounds like this guy's trying to, behind the scenes, organize the region. So I kind of respect it. Someone's doing something. He's got a political agenda, but I still don't know. I still don't know. If he's planning to betray Glaucia, go in there and take her down, I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. I'd like to ask about someone. Astarion. He had decided not to help him. He leans forward, looks at his boots. Astarion was a fine man, a quiet one, but not dumb. He hated me many times, not for free, of course. So I think we already know about this stuff. I'd be shocked if he died because of some mistake of his. Maybe the bandits got him. Okay, let's change the topic. I was hoping we could now pressure him to learn more about stuff. Maybe I can, what was it called? The Steep House. Damn you. Oh, I was really thinking we'd be able to get more information. Oh, before you leave, Easton knocks on the counter, drawing your eyes. So far, you've been rather useful. He looks into your eyes, though shortly. You may indeed make this place a bit crowdier. If you ever need a room, just go upstairs and save your pouch. You frown, knowing how you lied to him about your deal with Foggy. You realize you can't count on the innkeeper too much. Otherwise, he may pay you back with his own stab in the back. Oh. I appreciate it. Okay, maybe we shouldn't just be lying all willy-nilly, but we got a free place to sleep. Look at this! We got 40 bucks. We can buy like some high tier clothes. Become nobles. Oh wow, he's giving us free stew and everything. Oh, you know what? Foggy's still making us pay. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we're gonna cover for him after all. I hope we can still make that choice. All right. That's all I need. I go outside. I approach the guards. How about some axe throwing? Let's go! We've broken the game. We can't lose. All right, travel. We need to stop off at the steep house and pick up a fish. The fish that's been caught on cursed land. Let's see if the fish trap... Oh, it's all dead! Is that the fish trap? We don't need to wash ourselves. We're going to travel. Little stop at the Beholder. The tree is moving slowly, and some of the branches are now visibly longer. You hear the sound of a small creature jumping into the water. We've brought life back to the place by scourging it with our blood. I make an offering. What the hell is this thing called? Spirit stones? What's this? Ah, I see. Spirit stones. A spirit rock. Spirit rock. Let's go. As soon as you lay on the stones, the pebble hisses for less than a single breath, then shatters into a dozen of tiny rocks not much larger than grains of sand. The tree greets your offering with the sound of moving, stretching branches. Shit, we need more. Journal up to swallow. The cream-colored limestone is cold and smooth. The tree branches and roots are moving slowly in a way that can't be justified solely by the wind. Magical items. Let's do it. You put the ball in a couple of breathes, it starts to shake. Maybe you should pour out its contents. I spill the liquid on the altar. I kind of wanted to save this for an emergency, but you know what? We're beasts. The potion covers the altar, filling the air with a sweet smell of fruits and honey. The liquid sinks in the table before it gets to the edges. The tree greets your offering with the sound of moving, stretching branches. I hate that I'm feeding this, like, dark demon god. But if it's going to cure the plague from those people, we got to do it. I'm not giving you more of my blood. We just got to go buy more of those stones. How many days do we have left? 9 days left? Oh. Disgusting. Maybe when we come back, a seed will be here. Maybe it takes some time. Damn. So there's not much more we can do here. Do we go to Howler's Dell? Do we stir the pot? I also want to go through the forest again. And how are we going to find Asterion? We know that he's on an island somewhere. Maybe Old Pagos? It's off the island on this way. There's water over there as well. Okay, we'll pit stop in Howler's. See if we can buy stuff, do some trading. I don't have time to talk. But Gordon, here you go. We want Gordon to be happy and comfortable. He was kind of complaining before. I'll let him work in peace. I need to decide what to do with what I've learned about Steep House. Team with a washwoman. I have an answer from Paulus. She shouts and jumps towards you, throwing her arms around your neck. Hey, I had such an awful day. Thank you. With tears in her eyes, she steps away, though your clothes and cheeks are already covered with droplets of water. Of course, neither is said for sure. Her calm words are betrayed by her excited tone. I'll ask my uncle Akakakios. He's the one that wanted the potion that we just spilled on the blood tree. To nay be so rabid when he swaps dragon bones with you. After another few minutes of her insisting that you have to come to the wedding, it occurs... I don't know if we're going to do that. Nothing for sure, but you must promise. But who knows? But you must be there. You leave her with her friends. See you soon. Alright. Elpsis. Damn you. Bion. I need your services. We don't need your services. Let's talk about those fancy clothes. What is the purpose of these? Would make you look like a merchant. Takes 2 days of work. Good for a socialite or a diplomat. Each outfit includes shoes, pants, belt, and jewelry. I don't know what the point of these are. I feel like it's just a waste of money. Like, is it like an achievement-based thing, or does it help you with, like, trust? I definitely want to waste my money on it. A fancy dress? I'm definitely more of a tunic kind of guy, I think. Or actually, I'm definitely a robe. But I don't want to just spend the money right now. I go to the main square. Akakios. I bring goods to sell. A hair pelt. I can't remember where we got this hair pelt from. It says in Creeks, and I know they don't like it. If we get it from my source. 7. I can't remember how much we paid. I have no memory of this place. Deal. I hope I didn't just screw myself. What do you have for sale? A battle axe. I think he gave us a discount too. A light, sharp axe with a head made of steel. I think we want a new battle axe. Let's do it. You bought the axe. I remember it's before, like, our axe got dulled. I bring goods. All right, Akakios, we need nothing from you. The innkeeper. I've got some fish to sell. 1 healthy meal, take 1. We'll get a free ration. Wonderful. A bath and dinner. Okay, we don't need any of that stuff. Thank you. I don't know if I want to talk to the mayor. Maybe I want to talk to the mayor. I'm not telling you. Shut. I'll leave the square. We're going to travel first. Let's head up to Old Pagos. There's more. There's too much stuff going on in this story to just dive into that. But we're running out of time. I may have to confront. They don't trust me enough to... What the heck? How are we supposed to get trust with these people? Alright. Monastery. Looks like we're going to be confronting this. Maybe, like... Maybe I'm thinking this quest needs to be done earlier, and we need to confront them. A carcass of an ibex floats down the river, nervously followed by the rooks that eat it at a Jesus. You mentioned you lack delicacies. How about this roast chicken? He chuckles. I lack no such things. But we look after a few weak souls. After sniffing the spiced meat, he gives you an approved nod. We've got a few bones we can spare. I'll pay you. The 2 coins for such a meal. Take this chicken for 2 dragons. Wonderful. Do you need any help? I'm looking for a job. He puts his hand together, repeatedly taps his finger. After a few breaths, he glances at the wandering monk. He lowers his voice. Let me see thy horse. How fast is it? You lead both him and Despot to the storehouse. While his steps are heavy and fierce, she doesn't make as much as a sound. Ailey shows no interest to your mount. There's this enchantress. She has aught we need you to pick up and bring here. He glances at the door. Follow the eastern road until you find the watchtower. Don't bother with it. It's either empty or a lair. Then head east to the lake. I already know about this enchantress. We've been here. I feel like we're getting like the starter quests at the end of the campaign. No one trusted us because we were stanky. The whole game, we were an absolute pleb. What do you want me to bring? He waves his finger. A set of quills. We sharpened them and asked her to make them last. They won't. Thy pet won't even notice. Damn it. Why is it a secret? It's really not. Just that they're a surprise gift. No, I asked you to this room for a different reason. What about my reward? What thou want? 5 dragons. Healing potion. Healing potion. We need what we have, but I can spare thee one of the smaller bottles. Tell me about the enchantress. Despite his casual nods, an angry note distorts his already hoarse voice. You don't. She lives by herself, surrounding her house with dangerous spells. Her talent knows no equal, yet she's a spider queen in the center of a web. He wipes his sweat off Gordon's side. What? He wipes his sweat off Gordon's side? Did he, like, put his head against Gordon's side and rub it to wipe his sweat? Absolute disrespect. You will be the first to perish. She's the only shell she cares about and uses those who reach out to her. Keep your guard up. Deal. She's already used us. We've opened the entire area for her golem army. Well, we'll see how good of a rider thou art. He glances at the door and lowers his voice. But there's some other stuff we need from thee. Stuff that takes subtlety and... He straightens up. Dedication to our cause. And what causes that? He rubs his lips with his thumb, gathering his thoughts. I may not care much about some of the souls of this side of Hag Hills, but the tribes deserve our protection and guidance. Aught dark may come from the east, and soon. I want thee to investigate the threat. What do you want me to do? Swear thou wilt not betray our order. And whatever, you're gonna cast a curse at me? We're not the dark mages, but we rarely forgive. I'm not gonna betray you. You know what? I don't like these guys. He wiped his head on Gordon. You're asking too much. Get out of here. A long pause. It's dark here. He sighs and leads you outside. Decima observes your steps carefully. Screw you, buddy. Nobody just sweats on Gordon and gets away with it. Absolutely unacceptable. About the things you asked me to do. Get out of here. We're out of here. I don't like this guy. Oh, do we do it now? Howler's Dell. I want more information, but we just don't got the time. We just don't got the time. I need to decide what to do with what I've learned about Steep House. And I wasn't able to confront her on it directly. You're standing in the middle of the islet, taking a good look at the village. The locals follow their daily routines. Children are playing tag. The trees are turning gold and brown. You listen to the humming creek and a singing old woman. That you can see what's beneath all that, a home to raiders who led dozens of humans to their death. If you decide to act, you'll have only one shot at this. Starting a storm without the firm support of the locals will paint you as a threat. If Thias was able to keep her power despite her deeds, she surely has strong support, and she may not yield to you, even if openly confronted. We're not ready for this. I don't know of anyone who could help me take the mayor down. I could offer Thias an alliance in exchange for my science. I already did my part. I'm going to report everything to the city officials, let them decide. Nothing good will come out of opening old wounds. It's better to let Steep House fade into the past. I'm not ready to choose. So how are we got to get one of these guys on our side. Elpis. Oh. I still need that wand for Thrisis. A gentle smile in her eyes only. I know where the things you seek are, and nay, just the wand. I'm even willing to give them back. But you want something in return. You catch a hint of shame in her blink. I ought to ask for something. I'm under nay obligation to return the possessions of a runaway. But I'm nay too blind to spot the value of a kind gesture. I want you to return it. That's all. Elvis's whisper isn't much different from her regular speech. She nods towards the tall druid with the club, who used to keep watch by the entrance, and he approaches the workers at the building site. It may serve as a distraction, but you don't have much time. I, too, can see the value of a kind gesture. Huh? Are we conspiring? What is it? First of all, the stuff I'm asking for isn't yours. I'm honored to be of aid. I'm going to be friendly because I'm hoping her kind gesture is to take down Thias. I'm hoping this is something that was supposed to be done earlier when we actually like Thias. But we don't. I don't know what else to say. We don't. We never liked her. It was too welcoming. I, too, can see the value of a kind gesture. Her eyes glow slightly shinier. Then I want you to protect my friend on their walk through the brighter woods. 'Tis nay as dangerous as it sounds, for our garden is in good health. But cautiousness will nay wound us. Ye may even learn a bit. Are there enough guards? What threats do I expect? She tilts the staff forward and gives you an encouraging smile. Unlike the dark forests in the west and south, our garden has but a few hideouts for larger beasts. On most days, you'll only find rooting boars or napping deer, or small critters hunting. 'Tis better to keep your distance, but be wary, for such beasts rarely roam on their own, and are much smarter than most people expect. Where do we start? Doesn't they have to be right away? Once you're ready and of strong shell, head to the guards at the northern gates. Tell them you're looking for work, like a vagabond would do on any day. We'll warn them you're coming, but do so in the early morning hours before noon. Everybody wants to get to work in the noon hours. Jesus. Very well, I'll speak to the guards. Doesn't have to be right away. Once you're ready to get strong, she'll get the continue tell me you do. Well, one, you come. Yes. Farewell. Farewell. I want to go back to you. Damn you. Bayan. Damn you. Main Square. Eric's. Damn you. Akakios. Damn you. Thias. Get out of here. I'm guessing the Druidess is the people that, like, they would be the next people in power, right? That could help us. Alright, so that means we're gonna have to return here in the early morning. So that means I'm gonna have to sleep here. Well, that's disgusting. Main Square. Leave Square. Travel. It's too late to get work. Let's take a look at the rock slide. Maybe a waste of time. Time that we can't really afford to lose. Yeah. Damn it. This is going to take an hour and 45 to get down there. How much time? We got 6 hours. Maybe they got something new for us. I should have stopped off here earlier. I do not know what the hell to call you. The old druid is resting on the branch and welcomes you with a few ninjas. Words of the help you've shown to my neighbors from Howler's Dale have reached me, traveler. Good, very good. I don't know what I did. I walked in there and nobody trusted me. And then I went to, like, the monks and said, I'm going to help you deliver a couple of quills. And now everyone loves me. Has one of those critters of yours brought you the news? I'm always ready to do the right thing. He vaguely grunts. I know how I should have addressed you. I want to fix my mistake. Who the hell are you? It's got to be something so easy. What do you call him? Me lord. Damn it, you do not understand the sound of the forest. You're as deaf as these rocks. You want to build bridges, but for you they are just structures. Prove that you're ready to learn our customs and bridge will grow on its own. You freaking bastards. Humans, groups and places. Druids. Okay, each group of druids is different, but most of them are pagan mages who specialize in taming the wilderness. I can find the local druids on the village of Hallandale on the Western Road. According to Thrisis, can tell you how not to talk with them. Don't laugh, don't look at them, don't tell the truth, just bow down and repeat how honored you are. They're sparing you as much as a glance. It's the same as if it is with the priests of Unites, dear. You keep your eyes low, nod without a word, then let them go and do your own thing. The leader of the Druids from Howler's Dale is known as Elpis, though she rarely uses his name. According to Frog, the large tree from the swamps is kept under their protection. It's older than their ring, and it eats their souls. None of this is helping me to figure out what this guy is. Glossary. Enchanting, politics. Give me the politics. Religion. The pagans. The druids are pagans. We're putting it together. Rights followers see their religions as pagans. The United Church oppresses pagans' belief in many ways, including military raids. Some areas, especially the villages set far away from the cities, still follow the beliefs of their ancestors, even if they have to keep it a secret. Some of them are indeed limited to a single tribe, but there are also popular ideas that reappear in various shapes across the entire realm. Some communities praise minor deities connected to specific trees, hills, or rivers, while others tend to focus on living in harmony with nature, practicing strict rules, following an archaic conservative lifestyle. Even though most pagans condemn blood sorcery, it's common for shamans, druids, and witches to practice necromancy. Some practices can get dark animal or human sacrifices are considered especially appalling. Okay, we can try shaman? The number of pagans to them, as well as those that merge paganism with the teachings of the fellowships, have been increasing ever since the invasion, reducing the church. Okay, we can try shaman. I know how I should call you. You are a shaman. Screw you! You are one with the wilds. You are nothing. You are but a scratch. A flesh wound. I could do this all day. Oh, I feel like this is something I should know by now. We're so far into this game, I should know this by now. But I just don't. And I want to spend like 2 hours sitting here just trying to figure out what this guy's name is. But I have no idea. I think we gotta get in with the druids first. Alright. Anything else we can do? Like, we can go sleep here. We can sleep here for free, and then we might be able to get there in the morning. But it's kind of... I'm a little bit worried that we won't be able to get there early enough. I don't know if it's like that is the morning. I think we're gonna risk it, though. I think we're gonna risk it. You know what? Maybe we're not. Maybe we're not. Let's visit the gate. I think Vashel died somewhere in the heart of the woods. Shit, he starts, but then nods with acceptance. Too bad. I'd rather have more strong hunters around. All right, about your duty. Here, take 11 dragons and hit. I think we can pay him for now. Let's do it. Here. After a long pause, he gives you a grateful nod. Fine, I'll gather my things, leave the gate open, and get moving tomorrow morning. I paid enough blood for my duty. A long pause, but I'm now in your debt, and I'm ready to enter the woods to repay it. Find me in the inn if you ever need my help. Do you want me to escort you? No need, oh thank God. I'll stay away from the cursed tree and the ruins, though paths you won't follow on a horse. Thanks, though. Alright. Alright, so now I guess we can enter the woods from the west now, which is great. That's going to cut some travel time, I think, if we had to go back through all of this. Marvelous. Okay, I think we go back to Howler's Dell and just pay these filthy bastards. So we can get him to help us. I like that. Sleep. Absolutely disgusting. We're not doing that. We're sleeping for free in a mouflon pelt. You can't stop us. The trader's not around. I leave the square. Albus wants me to offer my service to the guards. Let's go. A favor for Albus. You are to head to the forest garden and assist one of the druids. Who knows what for? The task will take you a few hours, if not more, work. After you mentioned that you were meant to ask for work, you're taken beyond the gate and led towards the forest garden. The field workers observe you for a bit, but one even runs closer, pretending they have to ask a guard if they're still on for a beer in the evening. But a swift lie gets rid of them quickly. The warden's about to examine some weird trails. Your walk ends where the garden gets slightly darker between 3 crabapple trees. 2 of them are heavy with fruit, but one is already earning its first autumn leaves. It's past its prime, its destiny of being cut into timber is fast approaching. You're told to wait for the druid to join you, and to avoid drawing too much attention. Because of the people or the beasts? People if you've got too close, answers the leader of the group. He's younger than the others, but seemingly much bolder. We just want to keep all of this quiet. We respect our force speakers, but we do want your secrets to turn on us. There are forgers around here, his friend chirps in. She has short sleeves, proudly revealing the claw marks covering her arms. Draw them away from the druid, and you'll be fine. They wish you good luck and turn away. Soon, you're alone. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing here? She has short sleeves, proudly revealing the claw marks covering her arms. Draw them away from the druid, and you'll be fine. Okay. I stay in the shadows. The hooded cloak figure chose dark green, matching the local foliage quite well, but considering the size of everyone in the village, not many of the locals would be able to hide in plain sight. Once they get closer, you recognize them by their physique alone. It's the same large, broad-shouldered man who usually guards the entrance to the Square of Druids, though this time he remembered about his sandals. Ready? He rushes you with a greeting. What are we doing? Looking at bad grass. Once we get there, he points northwest, though vaguely. Maybe 'tis nothing. You stick to the bean trails. The only songs and calls you hear are coming from the birds and monkeys. I gave the head forager clear instructions. We ought to find nay one in our way, but be on the lookout. You're meant to distract them away from me. You kind of draw attention to yourself. He maintains his pace. The annoyance in his voice seems to be aimed more at the situation in general than at you. The spells we learn are aimed at wounds, soil, plants, hearts. He explains. Combat, not so much. I, however, used to be a guard. He strains his arm and his claw shows up in his hand. Still strapped to his wrist. His club, sorry. If a bear folk were to jump at you, I'd at least try to hit its head. The further north you get, the thicker the bushes. The path gets even narrower, and you start having to push the bushes aside. Who knows what lurks ahead? Better stay quiet. What makes you so sure the guards are not speaking with Thias right now? Won't tell me anything about this garden? A guard, huh? What made you join Elpis? What made you join Elpis? I want to know. It takes him a good few breaths to respond. I did not join Elpis. I was inspired by her father. He left. She remains. And her knowledge is undeniable. That's the crazy druid in the cave. Who is that man? The father of Elpis. I speed up as well. From your left comes a weak burble. Through the leaves of bushes, you see a gap of vegetation marking the bed of Howler's Creek. You look downstream. Weirdly enough, you're not that far away from the walls of the village. It must be the longer path the druids have agreed on with the foragers. Such a waste of time, especially on foot. The tall man maintains the silence for another few minutes. We're here, he announces after reaching yet another turn and yet another tree, and crouches. Then you see it too, a 5-step wide patch of herbs that are all dried out, despite growing in shadow and wet soil. And not just them, the grass too, and the weeds, and the moss. Even the pear tree above is dying, but unevenly so. Only the branches closest to the yellowish patch are withering, with the leaves sprinkling over the area days too early. I let him do his thing. It's as if you're watching a butcher or a healer completely absorbed by their task, with every glance into which seemingly serving a well-practiced purpose. He puts on a pair of gloves and searches the soil, smelling the clumps of dirt, observing the dry leaves, pulling out the strains of roots. It is going to take some time. Keep watch. I've got nothing that could help him. Ah, crap. I step away, getting used to the stillness of the area. We have, like, everything in the game at this point, I thought. Like in every forest, the peace here is tied not to the absence of living, but rather to pushing all the noises, colors, and movements aside, casting them as unremarkable. You avoid staring at the chirping, screaming, and jumping creatures that are smaller than your chest, and seek anything that would warrant drawing your axe. You train your ears in ignorance. You stop a singing woman to the east. I look at the druid. He didn't notice the voice, but after you clear your throat, he realizes what's happening. He waves at nothing in particular, as if to make an invisible flag go away. I need more time. Stall them. The song tells of a cheerful couple dancing on the edge of a cliff, closer and closer to their fall. I nod. If they come here, I'll meet with them. Oh no, social? We're not trained for this. I should have had my robes. She's not hiding her presence, crooning even after she notices you, though a surprised pause occurs first. She sends you a smile, and you're sure the two you have exchanged a glance or two during your stay back in the village. Her appearance may not be too memorable, humble height and stature, at least for the standards of her tribe. Brown, simply tied hair, gambesoned in the color of natural linen, and axe by her side. But what draws your attention is the tiny green and creamish monkey clinging to her arm, every now and then moving from one shoulder to the other or even sitting on top of her head. It looks around curiously and occasionally lets out a screech, as if noticing something worth acknowledging. You are also greeted with one of those screams. It has brown eyes just like its owners. The woman comes closer, so you walk a bit down the trail, away from the withered path. You meet by a large boulder next to a pile of gathered twigs. What would we say? I wouldn't just walk up for her and stare at her, waiting for her to speak first. That's kind of weird. I think the cute pet. Okay, I think we're gonna go with foraging though. It's like, yep, foraging is a beautiful day for foraging, isn't it? That's what I was going to do. We have something in common. Foraging. Yep, almost done with my work today. I was hoping to pick some strawberries for this fellow here, but they are all gone. She gasps in protest as the monkey pulls her hair and it lets her be. So I'm a bit away from a spot. And what's a Roadwarden doing in our garden? Lie. I was asked to help someone, that's all I can say. Shrug. You know what? We've been practicing our lies. Let's see here. Let's see. Some lies. We got some lies here. Strong faith. Small sewing and... I don't know about if we have... Oh, with dice. Yeah, we have small with dice. +1 appearance, high vitality. Okay. I'm seeking new paths. Was wondering if there's a convenient ford around here. I'm collecting herbs. I'm examining some dark rumors. I can't tell you more than that. There are reports of a weird animal trail. I decided to look around. She's going to know if there's animals around here. This is her foraging ground, so she's going to be very familiar with that stuff. That's an X. Examining some dark rumors. She's going to ask questions about this, and we're going to have to consistently lie. That's an X. I'm collecting herbs. Isn't that what our friend over there is doing? And we might be stealing from them? That's going to be an X. I think this is good. I'm seeking new paths. Was wondering if there's a convenient fjord around here. She knows the area. She's probably going to be able to talk a lot about that. Oh, it's over here. And by Jove, I found something over here. She frowns. Damn it. And the monkey shouts as its guardian switches her stance. Better ask our mayor first. We would not want another trail here. The forest's already crowded as it is. An awkward silence. She looks around and takes a step forward. I need to distract her. You think about any topic of conversation you could bring her. I've spent some time gossiping with the locals. I could lure her into a friendly conversation. Have you heard about Timo's match? Erastus is quite eager to leave, huh? I've spent quite a bit of time working with your neighbors, some hardworking people. There's quite a few kids in Howlers, a joyful bunch. Lie. I pretend I'm interested in learning more about her. Okay, so this is legit stuff we can talk about. All right. I'd love to learn more about her opinion of the neighbors, because these people are horrible people who murderized the whole village. I've spent quite a bit of time working with your neighbors. Some hardworking people. Thanks to the tiresome task, you managed to memorize a few guards and workers and use this insight to portray the villagers flatteringly. She takes great pride in the fact that you're, I guess, neighbors of this village. Allows her to add some rather boring details about their plans for the future, all of which seem to be tied to collecting and gathering more supplies, tools, and opportunities, maybe even broadening the wall for the next generation. You struggle to see how the druids fit into these ambitions. In most villages, they would oppose such invasive plans. Aha! Aha! The druids are not happy with things. They're going to be able to overthrow. Have you heard about Timo's match? She found someone outside the village. Her excitement is clear, though once you mention that two people haven't met yet, and nothing is set in stone, she regains her composure. How was Gale Rocks? I've never even been to the village. You offer a few short tales about other tribes. She's especially interested in what they cook and the plants they grow, and describe how much more difficult it is to handle laundry in the fierce river of Hovlevin. In return, she tells you about Howler's Creek and how gentle and reliable it is, though there was this one time a family of beavers blocked its flows, to the extent that a group of the locals had to head toward the newly born pond and clear its dam. How dare you! The beavers have a sole purpose of blocking water. They see water, it's their arch enemy, they block it. They have a simple life, they have a purpose within the confines of nature, and they are one of the proud animals of Canada, where I reside. How dare you! How dare you! I should bulldoze your house. I am quite despaired. Erastus is quite eager to leave, huh? The monkey jumps to the ground and starts to run around the two of you until its guardian addresses it with a few kind words and promises. The berries are coming. She then looks towards the sun and smiles at you. Lovely to chat with you, but I've got stuff to do. Find this treats. It's just a start your creditors, allowing the monkey to climb up. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. A nod will be enough. Take care of yourself out there. I always do. She waves at you and heads down the path south. Well, that wasn't so bad. You wait for her to disappear behind the thicket and then return to the druid. He raises his head, briefly looking you in the eyes before returning to his vessel. Nice job. Did you find any answers? I wonder what happens if... Because there was a question mark with hearts that you could lose in this quest. If we screw this up, would we have to, like, panic and punch her in the face or something? How can you lose hearts in this quest? Almost. The Numa's in here, but I need to pin it down. Maybe dig a bit. Give me more time. After another half an hour observing the woods, this time without interruptions, you hear the man's call. He's standing next to the patch, giving it a solemn look. Something's in there. Could be an undead, casting curses in dark spasms. I need to bring this news back to the village. The whole garden patch is now in chaos, thoroughly dug through. Will you need my help? Nay. He looks at his hands covered in soil, then towards the creek separated by the impenetrable shrubs. He decides to use his robe as a towel. A huge waste of time. Thias needs to hear about it, nay other way, so everyone's going to know. But 'tis better than death, even yours. You could swear there was a friendly twist hidden in his voice. As for my reward, a moment. He reaches under the edge of his robe and pulls out a small bundle from a linen sack. Your gift. A gift? A frown. What do you think the warlock wants this trash? Why do you think the warlock wants this trash? Elpis says it must be a gift for his parents. The warlock. He's a warlock. The dude at the cave. There's bad blood between them, even more so ever since he ditched the necromancer's teaching. He utters the word with disgust. Or did you think he had a real wand with him as a boy? Wait. Oh, wait. No. This is for the peat salesman. He doesn't wait for a reply. Let's part ways. Do not mention this trip to anyone, nor even the druidess. Let's, nay, spread fear whilst we can. So he used to be a necromancer back in the day. Elpo says it must have been a gift for his parents. There's bad blood between them. Okay. Farewell. Aye, good work here. With all the talking and such, he nods to you and puts on his hood again, then picks the shorter path. I stick the more obscure path, avoiding curious eyes. All right, Elpis. I think we need to talk a little bit. Damn it. You see the druid practicing breathing with it as you're trying to gather. Damn it. Who is your father? And what does he do? Travel. All right, so we need to talk to this guy. We can do a pit stop here, give him some chicken. We need to go back to her to get more stones and stuff anyway. Oh, Jesus. We don't have time for all this. We only got 9 days. How the hell are we supposed to get a boat? I want to return here as well. All right, let's be logical. We head up here. We can pit stop here. Make our way back down to here. Then we gotta come all the way back around to here. Do a whole full circle. Talk to some of the towns. That may take like 2 days. And then we gotta travel through the center of the forest, I think. Oh, geez. Are we gonna... did we screw ourselves? We might have screwed ourselves. So... travel... do we want to cut through? No, we want to travel to the... to here. It's going to take 2 hours and 45. We got lots of time. Wait, let me click on this to see. I don't know of anyone that can take the mare down. Damn it. I'm not ready to choose. I was really hoping she was going to say more now that we've done something. Inventory. There it is. Are meant to be offered to an old couple in White Marshes. Alright. Leave the square. Travel. Let's head to the peat fields. You've got some splaining to do. He won't be in my debt unless I weaken the bandits and get rid of the undead in the village. Jeez, I gotta do a lot for this guy. I brought your prized possessions. What can you sell me? A poisonous yellow dust that withers the plants. I guess this will allow us to always get through without having to constantly use... what's it called? These wild plants. It might be worth it because we got a bunch of money. Let's do this first. He might just do it for free. I brought you your prized possessions. He grabs the package and wraps it rapidly. At the sight of the broken twig, he lets out a sigh, but finds some comfort in stroking the buckle and even smiles at the rotten doll, holding it with a creeper. He takes a whiff of his old tunic, but then throws it away into the mud. The silence lingers. Is my potion ready? Small healing potion. Okay, very much so. He enters the hut, searching through a pile of clay bottles. Some of them land on the floor, and brings you one that's especially small. Judging by the seal, it may be sealed. Cheers for wardening this stuff for me. I'm just doing my job. He spares your slow nod, followed by a kind smile. I need you to open the White Marshes. I could give... oh, that chicken roast smells good. I need to think about it. I want to just buy this. I need to be with Orentius. And I need to be sure you won't make me regret helping you. I think we're out of time to try and find out better ways to do this. You know you can trust me, Thrisis. Help me help you. He raises his hands and rubs his arm, hesitating with another minute. Finally, he sighs. You're right. Who else if not you? Let's do it. Here's how it's going to work. Tell me once you're ready to talk with Orentius, and go to White Marshes and spend the night there in the middle of the night. I'll show up with a few friends and we'll clear the way for you. But remember, 'tis your only chance. Wait, I don't want you to come here and kill. I think I'll come here when I'm ready. I'm not going to do this right now. Jeez. Any ideas how to convince him? He didn't listen to me. He taps his shoes. Be prepared. He quotes, writes tablets, talks about what's just and right and whatnot. But he also knows a lot about the tribe. If Helvius speaks of you kindly, Orentius will know it. Okay, so we got to give some more chicken to... I think Helvius was the guy we helped, maybe? Should I be afraid of him? Well, I need a weapon. He's an old, weak man with a... and wouldn't hurt a rat. But the only way I'm going to convince anyone to help us is if it's clear you're just as harmless. You'll leave your axe by your bags. That's fair. He blows out his cheeks, moving his lips left and right. Well, not the druids, he speaks slowly. Maybe the monks in the mountains of the west, old Pagos, only they time to time learn. But you were a necromancer, weren't you? Can you not tell me? Tell me about Orentius. I was never close with him. When I left the village to learn spells many years ago, he was but a priest of ours. Once I returned, he came forward like a prophet, shouting like a zeal, warning the tribe needs to prepare itself for whatever. When his followers brought the first dead shells to the village, they were still in the minority, but were ready to fight for him. We could either throw them all outside of our walls, or empty disputes, empty threats. You can tell how it all ended. Are you sure you can get me in? He giggles. You underestimate how many secrets a warlock knows. Oh, he's a warlock. And how many favors he carries. Maybe his parents were the necromancers? I must have misunderstood that. Fine, I'll come here when I'm ready. Alright. Travel. We're going to go here and see if we can just use this crap. Inventory. Wait. Small healing potion, which can wither any plant. It's a mist of dried toxic plants are dangerous powered swords such as substances should be placed on the ground near the roots. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can we just destroy the blood tree? Can we just wither the blood tree? That changes everything. That changes everything. We gotta go back here and make him open this, sadly. Like, I might be able to hack it down with the axe, but I need you to open the path. Aren't we allies, Thrysis? In a way, sure, I guess. He snaps his finger. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're good. We can pass through. What a nice guy. All right. You see more undead than locals. They're gathered at the well, allowing the overseers to inspect their missing limbs. I go to Helvius. He meets your eyes, waiting for you to speak. It would anger Glaucia, but may help me earn his trust. I know where's the highwayman's hideout. I want to get his trust. I have some wares to sell. Not this time. I don't care about Glaucia. He runs his eyes over your bundles as if you're hiding the band there, then frowns. Well, you describe the old hamlet and the dangerous path leading to it for a few breaths. You're not sure if he's even listening, that he points at your chin with his blade. Why are you telling me this? I need to speak with Orentius. Yeah, I need to speak with Orentius, so he's going to put in a good word for us. He nods in silence for a moment. You don't see his usual contempt. Okay. Farewell. I go to Valence. I have some supplies. Oh, I thought it was... Oh, I thought this was going to be more so like helping them out to gain trust. We do have some fish. Is that roasted fish, though? That's a roast fish. Hold on a second. A small meal. Oh, maybe it's only going to give us one back. Not. I thought one fish would give us like two back. I have some supplies I don't need. We'll sell a roast chicken. Sell 2 of those fish. And that's it. We're kind of helping him out. Farewell. Quick save. So he doesn't trust us. How? We can't do anything else here. And we're getting close to nightfall, aren't we? 5 hours left? This might be your best chance to do it. And we only have 8 days. Yeah, we gotta progress. We gotta try it, even if it screws up the story. We gotta buckle in. Let's talk about Orentius. I'm ready to meet with him. I am not ready to meet with him. A long pause. We'll see. Go to the village and spend the night there. I'll wake you up. See you in White Marshes. How do I spend the night here? I approach Valens. Do I have to just wait until the nighttime? I guess I just have to wait till the nighttime. Anything I can do in the meantime? Nah, let's just wait. Wait. Wait until the evening. And sleep. You are sleeping in a shed. That's okay. Alright, it's showtime. Another day of muddy roads. The door opens gently. You recognize Thrice's silhouette. Even though he has no creepers with him, together with a few hooded figures behind the threshold, once he makes sure you're awake, he also covers his head. Quick, we've little time, he whispers. Dress up, axe behind. We'll move your things onto the saddles just in case. He stands up and, just like his companion, starts to observe his surroundings. Already prepared, you'll need a few breaths. Finally, your hand touches the dagger in your boots. Words may not be enough to solve this. Leave it behind. I just have to speak with him. Leave it behind. Confidence. I can't fully remember exactly what we're doing here or what we promised Theseus, but my goal, this guy's got to stop with the necromancy. I understand it. I know what he's doing, but it's gonna cause lots of long-term problems. He's got to stop, and we're gonna find a solution together. The dark figures spread. You sneak through the dark alleys with no undead or guards in sight. A curious girl observes you from an open door until one of your guides pushes her head inside, telling her to go to sleep. You approach the flooded grass, step on the wooden beams, and climb up the squeaky stairs. At the entrance, Thrice takes a deep breath, but looks at you encouragingly. I knock gently. I tap a melody on the planks with my fingers. I push the door and walk in. Wait a minute, we want to read up about this guy. Humans. Orentius. The priest living in the White Marshes, the leader of the local fellowship of the Right, known for his necromantic prances. According to Ali, he's the real leader of the White Marsh, and it's possible that he kidnaps people from the woods. He's responsible for raising the undead. According to Valens, he always asks to be heard. I heard that he won't meet with people who are not trusted by his fellowship. According to Eason, he's greater in thought than he is in heart. I heard he never leaves his house. He's a quiet man, but preaches like a zealot. Always looks like he's on the verge of crying. I was never close with him. When I left the village to learn spells many years ago, he was but a priest of ours. Once I returned, he came forward like a prophet, shouting with zeal, warning the tribe to prepare itself for whatever. When his followers brought the first dead shells to the villagers... Okay, we can either throw them outside of our walls, or... Okay. According to Thriceus, he may be more eager to listen to me if I have Helvius' trust on my side. I don't think we had Helvius' trust, but we did help him a bit. According to Thriceus, he used to eagerly oppose pagan magic, seeing it as disgusting in the Right's eyes. The tree that we've been, like, dedicating to. Maybe we should have burnt the tree before we did this? Okay. Okay. I knock gently. You wait for a few breaths, then hear the hoarse voice of an elder, not hungry. We're gonna... They said with these people and stuff, like the priests and all that kind of stuff, you gotta bow your head, you gotta be cordial. Forgive me, but I need to speak with you. Come. You push the door, making the weak flame dance under the touch of cold air. The man looks at you from the bench, speaking with concern like a parent to a child. I have nothing to forgive. He swallows his saliva, struggling to speak. Join me, and let's be lost together. Jesus. The chamber is humid and smells of sweat. The single wax candle that stands beneath a brass hourglass, dangerously close to an open codex, whose pages are covered with fresh letters. While a large collection of parchment must be of great value, the man has hardly any possessions. Humble bowls and cups, writing instruments, enough candles to keep him company for the next 10 days. You glance at a single pelt placed on the floor to sleep on it. You'll have to curl your legs. Speak to me, Warden. The priest's voice crackles like a falling branch in a dry woods, and tell me of the destruction you're planning. Before you respond, he turns away. Or why else would my enemies let you in? To bring me a hare pie? They know I won't be moved by you. I just want to talk. And I just don't believe you, but start. His tone carries little invitation. The night won't be young forever. I love how we could have brought like a dagger into this. And we probably could have actually killed and murdered this guy. In this weak light, his yellowish skin resembles the very parchment he uses, tightly stretched over his shell, which holds no trace of fat. The hair in his ears and on his ink-stained fingers is thick and neglected, while his shaved face and scalp make him resemble an ill infant. After every few breaths, he squints his two-colored eyes, his feet are dirty and covered with scratches, while his linen robe is little more than a rag. You must be aware that undead are dangerous. Should a priest of the right really involve themselves with forbidden rituals? Do you truly believe your people are grateful for your leadership? You may have good reasons to do what you're doing. I met this prophet at Foggy's. I think this seems specific. So I find whenever you're dealing with these kind of games, you want to talk about the specific things that you've learned in the game, because we would not have known this unless we did that action. So this is going to be unique, maybe. I met this prophet. You tell him about Caius, his face, past and visions, of the great flood of rivers of faith, and of the new cities, and of the judgment of sinners. The priest listens carefully until his patience fades away. Why are you telling me all this? You know he's an interesting person. Maybe you two should meet one day. Many claim they are guided by the right, but their visions can't all be true at once. How am I to know who speaks the truth? I think he's crazy. So is anyone who claims to be directly by the right. I clear my throat. I just wanted you to hear. I like number 2 and number 3. He's a prophet, so we're giving him the opportunity to start speaking his mind, which he's probably going to love. But I also like this. We're challenging his faith. He may not like that, but we're trying to convince him that he might be wrong about what he's doing. Maybe he is not the prophet he thinks he is. So this could lead to that. Like, this is the more debatable. Like, we're hitting the debate topics here. How am I to know who speaks the truth? He absently stares at his hourglass, taking a long moment before he speaks. That's the question, stranger. You must be aware the undead are dangerous. Should a priest of the right really involve themselves in forbidden rituals? Do you truly believe your people are grateful for your leadership? You must be aware that the undead are dangerous. It's not too direct. I want to hear his side of it. Like, if he's aware of what he's doing and he's kind of has no other option, like, is he just being a good leader where he's kind of like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few type deal? When left to themselves, like the flame of a hearth, he rests his elbow on the table and puts a finger up to his lips, rubbing them gently. They're the night that follows a shell's day. Bah, like lightning or the wind, merely a part of our world. You say it as if you're awakening the undead with your pneuma alone, but I saw your rituals of blood. Is this a part of our world as well? Once you're gone, the awoken shells will be out of anyone's control, and will threaten everyone in the north. You're playing a dangerous game. The shells you're using aren't just your own dead. You stole the corpses of other families. You may feel strongly about the undead now, but you're already changed your views before, used to reject any sort of pagan magic. There are ways to get things done without necromancy. Instead, you could support Eudocia's work and use one of her golems. Oh. I like this one because when we learned about him, they specifically said he did not like the pagan magic, and now he's relying on it. So we're hitting him hard with the contradictions. How do we know your prophecies are better than this other crazy guy's prophecies? You used to do this, and now you're doing this. How can we trust you? I'm liking this one, even though this one's more specific. Both his light and dark eyes are staring at you, as if you're some mysterious mushroom. Mayhap, he says slowly. But I follow no pagan teachings. What I try to master was shown to me by the only spirit, and I'd rather hide my soul than stand against right's will. Okay. Once you're gone, the awoken chills will be out of anyone's control, and will threaten everyone in the north. You're playing a dangerous game. I think he won't care about this. Because in his mind, it's religion, you know? He's not going to care about it. It's like the greater will. It's not his choice. He's doing it because others have told him to do it. So, yeah. This one could be good because it's logic. It's hitting faith with logic. You're playing a dangerous game. It's going to cause more problems in the long run. But let's try. I think these two are still reasonable ones to say. He may not care about the golems because he probably doesn't trust her. Yudosh has a bad rep in this world. Let's start with this one. At first he twitches as if your words have pinched him, but then twists his lip in anger. And who taught you these old tales? Why would that matter? Ailey, a local monk. Are you saying you never experienced any troubles with your creation? Do we just be direct? Everyone in the city knows it. Ooh. I'm gonna say the local monk. But wait, a monk. Is he gonna trust that, the words of that? But I think this is a unique one. Ailey, a local monk. He scoffs and says something in what sounds like old speech. The people of Old Pagos have enough zeal to spread about us. Yet lacked faith to help us when we need them the most. The rites guided me so far. With their light, the path forward will be clear to me once I need to see it. Damn it. There are other ways. Golems, he waits for you to carry on and has to think about an answer for quite a few breaths. I cannot say I've heard about it, but even if what you're saying is true, we've hardly anything to give her in return. I'll discuss it with Helvius. Okay. The shells you're using aren't just your own. You stole them from the corpse of the family. Yeah, you're using blood. We saw the rituals. He moves his shoulder with an embarrassing sigh, but then looks at you with his dark eye and regains his composure. Suffering, of course it is. The wounds you inflict upon yourself will lead to your death. Don't you feel repulsed when you see what you're doing? The blood drying on the cups, the corpses you awaken, it must touch your conscience. Blood magic and necromancy may be a part of our world, but so are plagues and famines. We may need to accept them, but it doesn't make them right. He's not going to care about his own death, even though it will unleash them. Like it's a ticking time bomb. The blood drying on the cups, the corpses. Again, his faith is going to put him up. Like, the will of the right is what's fueling him, so I don't think that's going to work. It's either going to be these two. This is, again, going the logical route. It's going to kill you. He's okay with dying, I think. But if the death causes the undead to go crazy, then he can't die. But I think we got to go with this one. We got to challenge the faith of what's right and wrong, the morality. He stayed in his coat, tapping his fingers against each other. There's thoughtfulness in his silence, if not approval. The shells you use, you stole the corpse of families. I'd forgive a starving child who stole the dropped plum, he states with conviction. Repeating an answer he has well memorized, but seeing your frown, his voice grows shaky. Or moving into a pillaged home, I take no pleasure in my deeds, but I've been right to stain my innocence for the sake of others. But you also hurt the memories and beliefs of other families and tribes. Their will deserves to be respected. These matters are not for a single soul to judge. It may all make sense in your eyes, but these things get more complex the deeper you dig into them. There may be consequences you can't yet see, but that are just as valid. I do like that. If you keep hurting the beliefs of others, they'll abandon you or seek their revenge. I don't think that's going to work. But you also hurt the memories and beliefs of other families and tribes. Their will deserves to be respected. I feel like this one kind of hits the whole idea, like, with religion where we are not in control. We cannot understand the will of the world. And to act like we are above the will of the greater beings and the will of the world is like the false prophet. I think I'm going to hit with this one. It's a little bit more philosophical too, and he may have to look into his codex. You say so as if I put but a single thought into it, and not many years of prayer and reading his words, while Career undercut his by his out. He looks at his hourglass, moving his lips quietly, and move on from this topic. He moves his quill aside and covers his inkwell with a lid. His loud breath grows impatient. Oh, shut. Should a priest of the right really involve themselves with forbidden rituals? This is again contradicting himself, his beliefs. Let's end with that. He gestures for you to sit down next to him and puts his hand on your shoulder. The many types of ink he uses in his work have left colorful dots on his fingers. Green, yellow, blue, black, red. T's of big thought for a layman, but you can trust me. I put years into studying Wright's will, and they're guiding me through all of this. I revealed the truth the Unites and Seekers were hiding in their arrogance, the words they mistook. One day you may understand this too. I grew up in a fellowship as well, but I was always taught to pursue freedom, not security and progress. These awoken shells of yours worry me. You may not be a priest, but you describe your issues and the traditions of your church. Orentius has a few pointed attacks on the larger religions of the right, often reference their greed and hypocrisy. But whenever you bring his attention back to your own views, he seems stuck, allowing you to finish your thought. Even though he's far from convinced, he claims to see your points. He rests his chin on the palm of his hand, nodding along as you assure him that you'll say hello to your people from him once you see them again. Okay, that seemed to be good. We are like, what is it? We've used our faith in our journey a lot, so we do have that trait in our character. Do you truly believe your people are grateful for your leadership? I only guide their prayers and offer my rituals. I cannot read anyone's soul. His feet are scratching the floor nervously. I'm sure they have many different thoughts, but I'm grateful for our mayor's trust. He's young and impulsive, but honest and brave, willing to change for the better. For the better! I saw how Helvius treats the awoken shells. He's cruel and sadistic. Some of the locals have already left the village or plan to do so because of your spells. Your people walk hungry. They struggle. I don't want to get too specific yet. I think we're going to hit them with this one first. People are leaving. Then let them. I build no cages, no dungeons. People change homes all the time. 'Tis good for the children. It's clear even he doesn't believe his quiet words. Okay, he's doubting himself. I think thrice is going to be the last one. We hit him with the inside stuff and then say that people have made him outcasts. Like the people are angry and look what happened before. Your people walk hungry, they struggle. He strains up, leaning against the table with his hands as if he's stopping himself from getting to his feet. How can you throw this at me, Warden? Don't you know our past? I offered my pneuma to the others only after our children had started dying, with bark and toads in their teeth. You try to add something, but he scoffs and waves you to forget. I won't listen to what you think of our people, stranger. Damn it! Damn it, I knew that too, but I thought like, I thought that was gonna be we could do all of them. Shit. He squints his eyes, sizing you up. Ah! But you could still turn around from this path, forget the past, and start anew. The merchants and officials of Hovlevin are interested in the peninsula. If they come here, your people will face persecution. Forget the past, start anew. But you're reaching the point of no forgiveness. Stop before someone stops you, but try to see the situation from the perspective of the other tribes. They're afraid. But I have faith you'll find a better path forward. With me around, the peninsula no longer... This might be something. Because he keeps saying he had no other choice. He had no other choice. He had to do this. He had to. Right? People were dying. People were starving. There's a new warden in town. We're making difference. The Eastern Path is safe. We're causing change. You know? So now there's another option. There's a new element to the story. The equation has shifted. He chuckles. His chuckle sounds like a step through the shallow box. You trust your judgment so much, even if your heart is kind. You aren't one of us. You can't grasp our choices. You're a child taught to ride a horse, to fight and kill, to carry out the will of the masters, not to overcome the death of your tribe. You may be right, but before I came here, I did my best to learn about your past struggles, the days of hungers, the way howlers took away your timber trade. I want to understand your situation. I think this is the one we have to do. We actually paid attention to things. He looks at you with an open mouth until, finding no response, his eyes and shoulders soften. His stained robe looks more like a grain sack. You leave me speechless, city folk. Your ears are open. I hope you'll forgive my grumpiness. I may be pushing this too far. Can't you see I'm trustworthy? I don't wish you harm. I can't, and I still don't understand you, Warren. You came here. His hesitant voice is entered by a weak cough, which leaves droplets of blood on his hand. Distracted, he wipes his hand on his robe, mixing the blood with dried ink. I guess we're done here. Damn it, I guess we didn't convince him. He spares you an absent glance, then turns around, steps away from the table, and falls on his knees. The cabin is so tiny he can lean his hands against the wall. Why do you let me hear this voice again? You think about a response, then realize it's not you who's currently being addressed. I carry all the answers you taught me, yet I'm so torn. I begged you to give me a steady hand, but even now I'm lost, burnt by the things I asked you about. Oh, man, I feel so bad for this guy. Lowering the head, they always say, like, lower your head in praise and stuff, but this is kind of different, right? I kind of want to give him a pat on the back. But I think he just needs peace. I'll let him finish in peace. If I give him the pat on the back and stuff like that, we're kind of saying like, hey, it's all right. It's all right. You're doing your best. No. I'll let him finish in peace. He's got to get this out. The exhaustingly long prayer gets harder to understand the longer it goes on. The priest's accent gets thicker, while at the same time he adds more and more words from Adir's tongue and mentions names and events you've never heard of before, as if his worries need a lifetime to unravel. You may not convince the man to trust you, but you've awoken his long-buried fears. After what feels like an hour, the sobbing, snotty man uses the bench to support his sore legs. He stands up and approaches the door. Come, Warden, time to fix this, all of this. Oh shit! Did we do it? Thank you, Orentius. The gust of night wind eases your breath. Only now do you realize how much sweat has gathered behind your neck. While both the stairs and the pond are surrounded by the dark figures who brought you here, the news has already spread. The other locals, most of them still wearing night wears, are gathered with candles and lanterns, fearfully observing the building. The prophet, who needs to lean against a walking stick, raises his free hand. The candlelight touches his back, but his exhausted face is covered by darkness. I was wrong all this time, he utters. We need to go back. The silence follows. Then from all directions burst the mixtures of relieved gasps, resentful shouts, and demands to explain what's going on. Orentius walks down the stairs while Thriceus gestures for you to get closer. He leads you away from the commotion, making sure the crowd keeps its distance. I'm worried right now. If the only way to free the shells and to free the undead is he gonna have to like kill himself to release them from his grasp, and then when he kills himself, are they gonna go feral and eat this town? Is he kind of saying like we've gone too far into the depths? You know, like we're lost, we're sinners. So I'm gonna kill everybody in this village as a way to cleanse the wrongs. Oh shit. He leads you away from the commotion, making sure the crowd keeps its distance. Any troubles? Now we're fine. The guards woke up to no weapons. Your beast's safe. Lost in his thoughts, he adds nothing more. You end up back at the shed with your belongings intact. Don't step outside before dawn. His sad eyes contrast a gentle smile. We may have a rough few hours ahead of us. We'll guard the building, but don't put more troubles on our backs. Without waiting for your response, he joins his hooded companions. Because of the loud gathering, you can't hear what they're talking about. Before I go to sleep, I block the door with a barrel and make sure my blade is at hand. Oh, crap. Yeah, I think this is going to happen. The rains once again hit the ground, interrupting your sleep. Another day of muddy roads. Everyone's dead. Oh, God. You wake up to the terrible stench of burning, rotten flesh. Once you leave the shed, you head to Gordon quickly. It's sleepy, hugging a corner as it trembles, but you find no wounds on it, nor any issues with your bundles. As you spend a few minutes to help it relax, you finally realize there are no undead in sight. The pyres beneath the gathered corpses are far away in the back of the village, but the flames and smoke are visible even from a great distance. There's a large group surrounding Orentius' house. The rumor reaches you on its own. Soon after the first awoken was touched by fire, the priest collapsed. He now mutters through his visions, but doesn't wake up. Okay. The undead are gone. I thought they were gonna burn old Orentius, or Orentius was gonna do that, and then they're gonna burn the whole town, and everyone's gonna be dead. Holy shit. I approach Valens. Good day, Warden. Well, that was quite a night, wasn't it? How you doing? Did you sleep well? I saw that you put a barrel by your door. What were you worried about? Just a regular day in the city. I have some supplies I don't need. I need all those supplies. Farewell. Helvius, you find him on top of the wall, helping a few locals place a new brick. You wonder if the construction will ever be finished. The village is now so quiet and empty that you hardly recognize it anymore. Helvius looks down at you, then turns away. You've put a lot of work on me, Warden, on all of us. Get out of my face with your petty troubles. You're scum! You're still the mayor of this village. Don't turn away the only Roadwarden you have. That's how I enjoy this chuckle. You're the second one this year. May the right keep us safe from them and make your end bloody. After a quiet moment and a few angry scowls from the other villagers, you walk away. He's barely tolerating my presence here. Okay, so we may have screwed this village, but I'm hoping to somehow bring help. We're gonna quick say, we live with our choices. Okay, it's close to nighttime, right? Oh no, we got a whole day. 7 days left. Jesus. I guess we stop off at the peat fields, talk to Thriceus. Hey, buddy. Okay. I helped you with the undead, and I brought you your possessions. This should be enough, right? Oh, how'd it go with your parents? He steps away, raising his eyes, but can't mask the pain in his voice. It didn't. They didn't take it. Told me to take it with me into my pyre. I helped you with the undead and brought you your possessions. There should be enough to earn your help. You discuss the recent events, and while the man lets out a grim sigh, he then crouches, shortening the distance between your eyes. 'Twasn't the deal, but I want you to keep on breathing. I'll await your call. I have nothing to say to him. Okay. We got him that. Oh, wait, that's good. He'll await our call. Okay, we got 2 people to help us when we go into the forest, I guess. There's going to be some kind of big finale, and we're gathering people to help us for our cause. I guess we head back up to Gale Rocks. A quick check-in there, see if anything's different. I feel like we got to burn this tree with the withering stuff. The workers are now resting, preparing themselves for the arrival of the fishers. Alright. Okay, we got lots of people to talk to. Thaddeus the Armor. New equipment? We don't need it. Step away. Severina. You're asked to enter. I follow him inside. I bring news about where the local necromancer had agreed to abandon his practice. She exchanged looks to her surprised guard, then reaches out for a wax tablet. Do tell. She interrupts your tale often, seeking lies and omissions. Finally, her violent eyes smile gently. Not only did you deal with the danger, you saved the bridge between our villages. She notes something on a wax tablet. You're free to spread the news. She tells the man in front of the table, then looks at you. We will catch a much deeper rest tonight. You're exceeding expectations. She still doesn't trust me enough? I literally just cleared out a whole village of frickin' zombies. Jesus. What more do you want? The tailor. What can you do for me? We don't need any of that. We don't need any... We could get the sewing kit, I guess, but... Ah, we don't need that. The cook. Oh, we are kind of hungry. I'd like a meal. A fresh meal you eat on site. I like that. $1? Let's do it. Oh, that was filling. The boat maker. The bath man. Tell me about your services. Is it still free? Oh, hell yeah. Make us clean. The gossip. Who here might know something about Astarion? We gotta ask this because we gotta find out where the island is. Finding some decline your offer, but finally breaks. You push a dragon boat in the side of it. Navika, she's our boat maker, and the last few times Astarion was here, he always talked with her. Yeah, I talked to her about that already. Or did we? You screwed us. I kind of just want to exhaust everything so we can figure out more of this. There's still more to learn. Fulvia isn't just any elder, am I right? I've heard something about your neighbors getting robbed by strangers. How do I get on your neighbor's good side? I don't know what to say. I was told something about an old lumberjack hamlet. He tells you to put away the dragon. I can't help you with this one. I know there used to be such a place, but I never left my home. Better ask a lumberjack or someone who knows the peninsula well, if there are such people left. She's not just any elder. You're right, she spent most of her young days, and even some of the nights on the roads, chiefly on the path leading through the heart of the woods. She never got wounded, yet with years, her eyes gave up. The right laughs when we feel safe. Do you struggle with bandits? He makes an annoyed grunt, but accepts your dragon bone. Glockia is from around here. She brings her coins and loot, and gets food and arrows in return. His eyes get harsh. I know merely because I saw blood on one of the sacks, when they stored them in a shed beyond the walls. Most people here don't know the truth. How do I get on your neighbor's good side? With labor. He says briefly, though you hear the pain in his voice. They may call for coins, but what they truly want to see is a reliable soul and a strong shell. He suddenly squeezes the sides with his elbows and moves his hands to the front of his stomach. I had nothing to do with any of it. You tell them to calm down. And he explains quickly that thefts happened many times in the past, both in the village and on the roads. And every kid knows to watch out for outsiders. Some of the tales he was told as a young lad used words that felt as old as the ones heard spoken by the priest when he read from the rites tablets. But there was a man here, in the beginning of summer, a scavenger. His name was Pyros. Such a timid guy. He was here for a bit, and suddenly disappeared, keeping his sleeping spot packed with their own rags, and a part of his supplies was also missing, iron included. We didn't chase after him. He could have gone anywhere and likely left the peninsula. Why do you need coins? Garox is good to me, but I've got no family left. I get merely as much food as I need, and the good stuff, like the herd workers or guards, just a fish every day. With greens and gruel, I'd rather buy some dried herbs once the merchants come and ask the cooks. You're gathering coins to buy dried herbs. You try to spot a lie in his eyes. You say it as if it's any different than drunks paying for mugs. He growls. The right took away my hands, so I'll get my share of what's good in this life any way I can. I bloody will. He looks at one of the apples growing in a nearby tree. A nice smell, and togs wouldn't hurt me either. Okay, we gave him all the money he possibly could get. I thought we might get something special for, like, helping this guy. Oh, I don't care. I'm willing to pay you 1 dragon right away. Take it or leave it. Something's changed. He seems to be nowhere in sight, and once you find him, his usual calm is gone. As he leads you away from the others, he stares at the ground, and some of his neighbors scowl at you. There's a rumor that I'm spying for an outsider. An awkward pause. Better get back to your beast, or smelly name will drop on both of us, it will. So be it. Who the hell else could be in this town? I'm looking for someone. Priest. The first person you speak with, a young copper on the brink of adulthood, tells you to follow her to the western bank. Our priest vanished when I was merely this little. She holds her hand to the height of her chest, but my family still prays at the temple every midday. It's one of the oldest caves in the village, she says with unmasked pride. You move past the thatched shed, the smelly kitchen, and around the fortified hill, approaching a humble orchard and what seems to be a training ground for fighters, then descends into a small basin towards small caves hidden in shadows. The girl enters the mouth without a door. I don't know why I never thought of that. The whole place is about religion. At this hour, there are only 2 other souls in sight, an elderly man napping on a blanket spread in one of the rounded corners, and a boy who stops his prayer once you come inside and quickly leaves, giving you an embarrassed look. The cave is lit by a few oil lamps with flames surrounded by dyed glass, but the chamber couldn't fit more than 30 people. Even if they were all standing, there are a few stone benches, an altar, and a large, though crude, hourglass made of bronze. Clean as new. You recognize the gentle hum of a creek somewhere below you. The girl glances at your neck, then observes the scarred symbol on the wall in silence. Would anyone mind if I were to pray? She invites you with a gesture and leaves the room. You kneel down, trying to focus. The place is cool. The place could just as well belong to any other village, as long as it would be a humble and quiet one. And prayer here must be honest, with no vanity, nor performative gestures. There's just you and your thoughts, and once you finish your prayer, you know the rite welcomes it. I get back to my feet, dust off my pants, and step outside. I already prayed at the temple today. There's more? Jesus. I have no idea who else is in this freaking village. We can't get to Foggy? Oh, shut. Can we sleep here? We can. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Okay, we're gonna quick save. I think we just have to. Well, I might as well travel to the pier. See what's cooking over here. I won't get any cleaner in the ocean. I approach the pier. I leave the pier. All right. Sleep. Jesus. We might as well just rent with labor. We have a free bath. Wait, are we gonna lose a half day? Oh no. The harpies may descend. The harpies are outside. This too shall pass. We will stay inside and ignore those filthy harpies. It did take a bunch of time away. Jesus. Let's get a bath. The cook, I'd like a meal. So we can gain, I know we could work here. Like instead of doing the payment, we can just work and it's going to build our reputation with these people. But we just don't have time. We don't have the time right now. We only have 6 days. What is praying at the temple? Is praying at the temple helping? it didn't seem to take too much time, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to quick save here. And then we got to think of what we're going to be doing on the next one. I would like to take a step off at the creek, see if anything's changed there. I wonder if we can go into the old tunnel to see that people have, like, started to populate it. We got to talk to Foggy about this guy to deliver the news. I would like to go back to Glaucia to talk to her. We have the tree to burn as well. And then eventually confront Howler's Dell about things. Oh, the druids. Yeah, we gotta help the druids. So we have to go there. So we can go back and try and get the druids on our side. So that's the big goal. Anyway. Oh, I love this game. That whole thing with the Necromancer, Orentius, was just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, well. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next one, enjoy whatever you enjoyed doing. And get out of here.